Welcome everybody to the Royal Ball. I'm happy you're all here with us tonight, but you should also be grateful that you're in a room filled with such royalty. With me is my illustrious and dignified family, who has traveled near and far to get to where they are today. Through the treacherous encounters and our luck of fate has earned us the title of royalty. Some of us you might be familiar with, some maybe not so much, but tonight you will learn about the great tales and impact our music has made on the world. I am King Ozzy, king of heavy metal. I've been around for quite some time, so people feel like they know who I am. Born on December 3rd, 1948 in Birmingham, UK, I dropped out of school when I was 15 and worked to survive. I lived about 2 hours away from Liverpool, and I saw that the Beatles made something of themselves, so I thought I could do the same. Joining my nightly roundtable, Black Sabbath, I became reckless. My fits of rage and dark style earned me the title Prince of Darkness, and I was on top of the world. I did some crazy shit. I snorted fire ants, I set chickens on fire, I bit the head off of a bat, and if you all know, I'm usually not sober, and the people loved it. We were gruesome, yet different. Black Sabbath sold 70 million albums worldwide because we were dark, we were angry, and man, did we put on a great show. It was our livelihood. After leaving Black Sabbath, I started my solo career, which I sold 30 million albums worldwide, and I started my family. My family was always in the spotlight because we had our own television program, The Osbournes, I don't know if you guys have seen it, and people assumed that they knew me even more. In 1996, I started Ozfest because I was considered not cool enough to be on the Lollapalooza lineup. Okay. And that music festival became one of the most successful touring music festivals, bringing in 5 million people and making $205 million. They even write biographies about me now. So according to legendary Ozzy Osbourne by Ray Waddell, accessed on May 6, 2019, I won the Legend of Live Award because I made a huge impact on live performing because of the crazy shit that I did, and I became a legend because of it. I created an experience, and I wouldn't be here in front of you all tonight if it wasn't for those struggles and the crazy nights. Enough about me. Let me introduce you to the Royal Queen.
Hi, lovely to be here and in your bed, Your Majesty. I am the Queen of R&B. You may know me as Alicia Keys, but you can just call me Your Highness. I began my descent into the royal family when I made the way for female empowerment. I was raised by a single mother in New York, so you know, as that goes, you realize that women are able to do a lot more than you would think when in a household with 2 parents. So that kind of made me feel really, really good. And I took that role and I led it on. So I refused to conform to the teen pop star look when I was told to. And I decided to keep it real with my lyrics and my style. I remember at this time someone wrote a scroll about it. This peasant's name was Frank Bob, whoever that is. On May 1st, 2019, Columbia Records wanted to change my style in music that touched hearts to a teen sensation like the wretched Britney Spears. They wanted to make me lose weight, straighten my hair, make my skirt shorter, and I didn't feel the need to do that in order to put out what I needed to put out. So I kept it real, and I did what I wanted to do. And I sang what I wanted to sing and wore what I wanted to wear, and people still loved it. So there's no reason to conform, and I think that's the #1 thing that led me to where I am today, is the fact that I taught women that they don't need to do anything they don't want to do in order to become who they want to be. So I think I'm gonna go look for those tasty hors d'oeuvres that I saw a couple minutes ago. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Who are you?
I realized that you are the queen, but I am the Prince of R&B. I am Bruno Mars. Okay. Now, it was not always like this for me. My life was not always the easiest. I was born on October 8th and lived in Honolulu, Hawaii with my whole family. Now, before, when I had moved to LA, I was signed to Motown Records in 2004, but that did not last very long. I was only with them for about less than a year before I was the one that was dropped from the label. But according to the stalkers I had from the Gale database that was accessed on May 6th of 2019, I did come to realize that my fame had let me sell over 180 million singles, 26 million albums worldwide, which I'd say is pretty impressive. And I was on the list of Forbes magazine 30 under 30, which is kind of a big deal. It's one of the hardest lists that you could possibly make, and I'm under 30, so that's pretty impressive. I did release 7 #1 singles. I was on the Billboard Hot 100 since 2010 when I was discovered, and they call me the new Elvis Presley, which I also impersonated when I was a child. And Times Magazine also listed me as in the top 100 most influential people of 2011. Now, the year that my mother passed was the hardest one. It did take a toll on my career, but it did not lead me to be detrimental. She was always going to be in the back of my heart no matter what and always with me. But enough with the negativity. Let's bring some more laughter to this so I don't wait.
Well, I'm the jester. Call me Bob Dylan. The New Yorker called me the demiurge of the folk music microcosm. No, I'm not a demon or anything like that. But actually, Bob Dylan is not my real name. My real name is I was born Robert Allen Zimmerman in May 24th of 1941, hailing from Hastings, Minnesota. And I entertained those peasants by introducing the idea of talking about issues happening around in America, as Dissent magazine described as laying the groundwork for musicians and performers in the 1960s to challenge the status quo. Sometimes people have to stand up when something's not going right in the world. I use music to express my views, regardless if my fans like what I said or not. Anyway, well, I used literature and poetry in my works. This described Mikhail Gilmore of the Rolling Stone magazine, which apparently sounds like a song I wrote, but states my influences were poets like Ovid, Allen Ginsberg, and writers William Blake and Arthur Cooper. Their writings and works were key in my songs, but I put a modern twist to it. Well, then in 2016, from a scroll from Time magazine, I was the first musician to be awarded a prestigious award, the Nobel Prize for Literature. And it was for my decade-spanning work in music, the arts, and literature, and poetry. Well, the times are changing, aren't they? Looks like the ball's getting ready to warm up. King Ozzy,
It is.
you're ready to wrap our little introduction?
Of course.
Stuff to our audience? Thank you.
All right, so.
As you can see, we've all been through a lot of trials and tribulations that have brought us to where we are today.
I mean, me personally, I have struggled a lot since I became a child. When I was a child, and I've learned to, work hard, but also have a little fun. Snarman's,
Growing up a single child, or with a single mother, wasn't the easiest thing, but I learned to make a way for myself and a way for everybody else, female or male.
Growing up, living in random locations, under trees, under houses was hard, but in the end it all did pay off.
Well, having to work since the 60s, times were always tough and things always changed, but yet I prevailed. So many years later, now I have a never-ending tour.
I mean, I think the one thing that remains the same is I love the music and how we've impacted the world.
Yes.
So let's cheers to that.